Hi guys, my name is Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another weekly reading update with a small haul. So normally in these videos, every week I tell you what I've read and what I'm currently reading throughout the week, and I have to say, I haven't actually finished a book this week. I debated whether or not I should actually film this, but I figured I'm in the middle of 4 books. I've actually done some reading. I just haven't actually finished a book. And I figured I'd still make it. I've been trying to read at least 3.5 books a week. I did that really well the first week, but this week it just didn't happen. But like I said, I'm in the middle of 4 books. It's not so bad. We're just gonna see how the rest of this month goes. So before we get into that, I will go over a little small haul. I did do some buying. I have a little bit of an addiction. So first off, I bought this bag from Box Lunch. It's all the Disney princess ships. We have Snow White and whatever his name is. I'm not a fan of Snow White. Just gonna lay that out there. We have Aladdin and Jasmine. We have Cinderella and her Prince Charming. Can't remember if he has an actual name. The Beast and Belle. Ariel and Eric. I know we have Flynn and Rapunzel, as well as Tiana and Navid. So, they all are putting their hands together to make a heart. It's so cute. I love it. And we have a little heart, how do I say it, zipper thing. And then inside we have more hearts. So yeah, it's also really soft and just really nice and kind of big. It fits a book, so that's a plus. And yeah, I got it. I was really happy with it. What can I say? Okay, so for book haul, we have Undercover Bromance by Lyssa Kay Adams. This is the sequel to, why can't I think of the name? The Bromance Book Club. Oh my god, I couldn't think of the name for a second. But yeah, this is a sequel to that. This one follows, what's his name? Braden Mack. So that's all I know. That's all I want to know. I loved the first book. It was amazing. And I had to pre-order my copy of the second book. So that's what I did. And I just love these covers. Also, I got my Book of the Month box. And I got 3 books. So I already had this opened, but I had yet to take the plastic off. So there we go. Alright. Gotta do that. Maybe I should have took the plastic off. Would that have helped? Maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay. Come on. Work with me. So those are the 3 books. And I really don't like these bookmarks. I used to love Book of the Month bookmarks, and now I just really hate them. So, alright, let's go over these books. First up, we have the Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. I have another book by Simone St. James. I just realized once I saw the name. I have, what's it called? The Broken Girls, or, yeah, The Broken Girls. So, maybe I'll do something where I read both of those books together. Who knows? But I like that. But yeah, this one is a thriller, and I'm trying to get into more thrillers now. So, this one is Dual Timeline, which I love. I love a dual timeline. We have Upstate New York in 1982, and also Upstate New York in 2017. In 1982, we follow Viv, who wants to move to New York City, and to help pay for it, she takes a job as a night clerk at the Sundown Motel in Fell, New York. But something isn't right at the motel, something haunting and scary. Carly Kirk has never been able... Oh, this is 2017. Carly Kirk has never been able to let go of the story of her Aunt Viv, who mysteriously disappeared from the Sundown before she was born. Harley decides to move to Fell and visit the motel, where she quickly learns that nothing has changed since 1982, and she soon finds herself ensnared in the same mysteries that claimed her aunt. I am excited. So, this should be good. I want to kind of do a thrillery kind of month. The only thing is I can't do that at all for April or May. So, we'll see when that happens. Maybe we'll just try and incorporate some more thrillers into my TBRs. Also, the Owls readathon starts in April. Like always, the readathon is hosted and created by G over at Book Roast. I love that readathon. I just do it every year. It's fantastic. This is the 3rd year. I'm so excited for it. The prompts were just announced. I'm going to make my TBR very soon. The only thing is, I'm probably not going to do all 12 books like I always do. Or at least I have done for the last couple of years. So I really am just going to focus on my career and everything. So stay tuned for that TBR when that comes. But it won't all be owls like I have done in the past. It'll probably be some owls and then just some books I want to read throughout the month. Alright, the next thriller is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I have just been wanting to get this for so long, and I decided, why not just get it? I know it's about a nanny. Yeah, she's a live-in nanny. So her name is Rowan, and she stumbles across this ad, and then she becomes this live-in nanny. And it's a really generous salary. But yeah, something haunting or stuff. Oh, it's a smart house. Now I remember. Yeah, this is going to be like a smart house. Okay. That's all I want to know. I really am trying not to go into thrillers knowing too much. The only reason I read the Sundown Motel one, so, I read all of that just because I knew that one was going to be kind of vague. At least from what I saw, it looked vague. So, this one is pretty long. So I'm not going to read that. But yeah, all I need to know is this is about a nanny in a smart home. Like things are going to happen. But yeah, I read Lock Every Door last week, right? Yeah, I read it last week and really liked it. So I'm just wanting more thrillers. And then lastly, not a thriller, I got Woven in Moonlight by Isabel Ibanez. And it says Seize the Night. And it's I want to say adult fantasy. I could be wrong, and this could be a young adult. It's also black and red. I love the black and red. So it says, a lush tapestry of magic, romance, and revolution, drawing inspirations from Bolivian politics and history. Ximena is a decoy condesa, a stand-in for the last remaining Illustrian royal. Her people lost everything when the usurper Atok used an ancient relic to summon ghosts and drive the Illustrians from La Ciudad. Now Ximena's motivated by her insatiable thirst for revenge and her rare ability to spin thread from moonlight. Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be really nice, and I love the cover. It's just so beautiful. And pretty much anything with moonlight in the name or moons on the cover, I'm kind of drawn to, so could have helped. So that's it for the haul portion. Now we're going to talk about the books that I'm currently reading. First up, we're just going to use my iPad for just a little bit. Just one book that I'm reading on my phone. And that is In Bed with the Earl by Christy Caldwell. So I got this from NetGalley for an honest review. And I will say, when I first started reading it, I read the first couple of chapters of it, and I was just not impressed. I was kind of confused, didn't understand where we were going with this. And then, once I started getting into it more, now I'm 60% of the way in. And I can say, I know what's going on, and I'm kind of liking it. So we follow this guy. His name is Malcolm. He was raised in the sewers, I want to say, but he was taken from his home at a really early age. His parents were, I want to say they died from some kind of sickness. I can't remember if it was the flu or something that happened. they were found dead, and he was taken from his home. Um, and he was raised in the sewers, and now, many years later, he's a grown man, and the people have found him, and they know he is the current Earl, Lord Maxwell. At least that's who he was before he was taken. And then, so, he has to take over his family business, or, take over the title and inheritance. But he has no, he was really young when he was taken, so he has no idea what to do. He doesn't really trust anybody. This isn't how he was raised. So, yeah, this is just a whole new world for him, and he's not really thrilled with everything that's happening right now. And then we also follow Verity. She is a reporter, and she is tasked with finding information on this lost Earl in order to keep her job. But she's finding it really hard because this is set in, I want to say, Victorian London. I can't remember when exactly this is set. Yeah, I don't really have a date. Okay, yeah, I don't really have a date of when it's set, but it's set in the past. I want to say Victorian London. I could be wrong. You can sort of tell by the cover that it's set, in the past. And, yeah, so she is tasked with finding out about this lost Earl, or she's going to lose her job. And it's the only thing bringing income in for her and her younger sister, because their parents are gone. They have no one to watch them. They are hanging on by a thread, pretty much. Their clothes are worn. The place that they're staying at isn't free, and they're just having a really hard time keeping up the bills and food. It's hard. So she's doing everything she can to find this lost Earl, and when she does, she's in for a rude awakening. It's a marriage of convenience. There is that. It's actually not bad. I'm 60% in, and I'm kind of liking it. I kind of want to know where it's going. There is some, sexy moments. There is no actual sex yet, but there is some sexy moments. There's been some, and I'm, kind of waiting for it to happen. But he's not really a gentleman, but he's not a bad person, and so he's like, I'm not actually going to have sex with you unless you really want it. So he's not going to force himself on her, so I kind of like that. But we'll see what happens. So, yeah, like I said, I'm only 60% in. So, another book that I'm currently reading, I'm not far into this one. I'm decently far into a couple of them. I'm 60% into that. I'm almost done with another book, and then I'm a quarter, maybe, less than a quarter of the way into another book. This one, I'm literally, at the beginning. But I'm reading it at work, so there's really not a whole lot of time for me to read. That is Styx by Sherilyn Kenyon. Yeah, I carry this with me to work every day. I don't really have a whole lot of time to read it. And the only other thing is, I would read it more, but, Sherilyn Kenyon's already coming with this tragic backstory. So, with Acheron, which is the other brick, you get, all of the backstory in the beginning, and then, literally, this is all, BC. Yep, still BC. And then you'll get, present day, So you get, half the book. Nope. Sorry, I just keep seeing dates. They're still BC. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you get, a quarter of the book in present day. But all of this is tragic backstory. You're literally getting all of his, the past, when he's really young, to probably when he's more of a man, to probably, there's 11,000 years of just tragic backstory in this, and I'm, going, it's the same thing that happened with Acheron, and, with Acheron, I'm bawling my eyes out from page 1. I will say Styx. From, all the other books, from when I met Styx, I hated him. He is Acheron's twin brother. I freaking hated him. I wanted him to just choke. I was so mad. I hated Styx. From Acheron's point of view, like from what you get from his past and everything, Styx is just comes across as a really bad character. But when you read Styx's point of view, none of what he does or says, at least in the beginning, is bad. It's just taken badly. In the beginning, him and Ashran are like, they're brothers. They're really good friends, but they're always apart because of circumstances. And Styx just wants to be with his brother. His older sister is a bitch, and I hate her. In Ashran's book, she is like this, really caring sister, and all she wants is Ashran to be loved and taken care of, but because of his birth and everything, that doesn't happen. But then you realize why she's like that. I'm not gonna spoil that. But in this one, she's awful to Styx. She is awful. There's nobody for Styx. Everybody hates him. Everybody treats him awfully. And Ashran at least had his sister to, for at least a little bit by his side. I mean, Ashran has one of the most tragic backstories. And I didn't think anybody could top Ashran's backstory. Anybody. Until I started reading this. I'm telling you, I'm only 55 pages in. And I've been crying. Like, I'm at work and I'm tearing. I can't stop. Like, I'm trying to hold it in. I'm literally on break and I'm like, I gotta stop reading because I can't stop bawling my eyes out. Like, I just feel so bad for Styx. And I didn't think that was going to happen. But damn you, Sherilyn Kenyon, you always know how to get me. I'm only 55 pages into a 1,000-page book. So you see how well that's going. I haven't even really gotten into the tragedies yet. It's just starting. It's gonna be pretty ugly. Oh, you God. So next up, I'm also reading Heart of Flames by Nikki Papreno. I'm listening to this as my audiobook. I was gonna listen to Styx, but I've decided to just read that. Hi. So yeah. But yeah, I'm 79 pages in. I'm on chapter 8, so I still got like that much to go. Like I said, I'm less than a quarter into this, but I'm really loving it. This is a sequel to Crown of Feathers, which is all Buffy Insiders, and I love it. It's so good. This follows more characters than we did in the first book. We still have some of the same characters, but now we're getting chapters from Val, or Alvalkira. So I'm just like, okay. Oh, and then there's still a map. Like, that's the one thing I'm missing from the audiobook. So, I love her, I can't think of words. But yeah, just the, oh my God. I can't think of what it is, but it's just to Derek, who truly is my ride or die, who would gladly follow me into the flames. I love that. But yeah, so this is pretty damn good so far. And I am really, really excited to see how this goes. Alright, that's not the last book, guys. The last book that I'm currently reading, I am so close to being done with. I am just appalled with how long this is taking me, but I'm kind of savoring it, so I think that's why. I love this book so much. I am just like, I'm reading it like every morning and every night. I really can't read that much of it because then I'm just like dying. But it's so good. Like, it's so good. Okay, so I literally have that much left. I'm on part 4, which is the Ravine. Yeah. I'm on chapter 68 on page 614. And I am on this really hard part. Like, this is so hard to read. There's a lot of it that's just hard to read. There's just a lot in this, and I just have to take breaks. Which is, like, I'm reading the other books too, but really this is taking more of my focus than anything. Oh my God. I just bawled my eyes out on, oh man, I can't even think of what page it was. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. Oh, it was like 575. I bawled so hard on that page. It was so hard to read. Oh man. Oh man. So, yeah, I'm gonna go back to this because I can't stop reading this. It's so good. And there's really nothing else I can say. If you haven't picked up House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, Crescent City Book 1, do it. Like, I love it. It's her first adult paranormal romance. And it's actually just more of the paranormal urban fantasy than it is romance. There is obviously a romance throughout, but it doesn't necessarily focus on it. It focuses more on this murder mystery and who's summoning demons, and it's so good. It's so good. I highly recommend picking this one up if you haven't. So that's it. That's all the books that I'm reading. I haven't finished a book in a week, and I feel really non-accomplished about anything, but it's okay. I'll be fine. I'll at least be able to finish this book over the weekend. I'll also finish In Bed with the Earl. That one has to be done by the 17th because then I have to put up my review for it. So at least I'll finish those two books, and I'll continue reading Styx and Heart of Flames. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye. Happy reading.